Eddie, thank you so much for joining us and coming in to clear up just some of the confusion. Now, I came across there being an issue on social media, as one does, these community Facebook groups that are very helpful in getting important information out there, but sometimes it can also cause confusion. Just set the record straight for us. What happened last night regarding that veld fire that eventually had an impact on the water reservoirs?
Good afternoon to the viewers of ENCA or ETV. I think it's important that we set the record straight, and I think we appreciate the level of communication that happens in communities. These WhatsApp groups, they do help. But of course, at some stage, they actually even communicate wrong messages. But I suppose without information, you communicate anything. So last night, Eskom experienced a veld fire along their servitudes. That's where the power supply, the 88 kilovolt supply that supplies both Vernaching and Suikerbos water treatment plant was affected. Now, those are the two main water treatment plants for Gauteng and right up to Rustenburg. So when that happens, it means we have to switch off the power. So power was affected for almost about 5 hours, and water being different from electricity. With electricity, you switch on power, you get power throughout. With water, you then have to come back, restore reservoirs that were used, and that restoration extended right up to today, and that is that impact today. In terms of the extent of the impact, mainly we are seeing that in the East Rand, your Germiston Primrose, your Emperor's Palace, and a few other areas. But what we, I think, are happy about is that ever since we've been talking to people to use water sparingly, we are beginning to see reservoirs increasing a little bit. We had one of the reservoirs that had gone below 6%. And as I was coming in, the message was that we've gone right up to 16%. It could be better, and the only way that can be improved is when the consumers respond.
Now, as far as the veld fire and the incident you dealt with over the last couple of days is concerned, has water been restored to all of those areas that were initially impacted?
The two water treatment plant water is restored. We are pumping to full capacity. The 4,800 megaliters that we're pumping, ever since, we are now pumping that. We are now pumping into the reservoirs. So the current challenge is ensuring that there's enough water, especially in these high-lying areas, because they depend on those reservoirs. And if reservoirs are low, then they would not get water. So the guys that are sitting at high-lying areas are really at the mercy of people that are at low-lying areas, because those would get water as soon as there's water in the reservoirs. So the request is that those that are at low-lying areas, as much as they can, let them avoid using water if they can. But if they can't, at least use the bare minimal, cook, drink, the bare minimal. Though your washing of cars and cleaning of pavements and filling up of reservoirs, those should be halted at the moment until further notice.
Now, everywhere you go in Gauteng at the moment, it seems everybody's talking about the weather. We're talking about temperatures in the 30 degrees,
Correct.
And it's only September.
Correct.
Normally, we start having that kind of conversation end of October in Gauteng. Your team, what are you expecting from the coming summer? Because it seems we've skipped spring and gone straight to summer. Is it bad news from a water perspective?
It is bad news for the water industry, because what it means is that we've gotten into your high demand season earlier than normal. So usually around this period, that's when maintenance issues are being finalized and all that. So what it means, municipalities and ourselves will have to halt back some of our maintenance. But it is also the challenge of the demand. The demand is high. People are trying to get their grass back to green instantly, which is impossible. So they use a lot of water.
Because the weather's hot, but the summer rains haven't arrived yet.
Summer rains haven't arrived, and people are impatient. We really I want my grass to be better than my neighbors, and people will use a lot of water. So we are expecting the demand to increase. But we are also spreading the message that says, please, let's make sure that we spare that water for higher demands period. We are also hearing that the Valdem is dropping by 1% every week. That's not good. I think we are sitting at around 61%.
Oh, that's not good.
So it is not good at all. So let's understand, I think, and this is a message that we always communicate to our consumers. South Africa is a very water scarce country. We import a lot of water from Lesotho. So we should, as we use it, be mindful that we are importing that. The statistics are very clear. Per capita, South Africa is using about 235 liters per day per person. In other countries, it's 135 liters per day. So we are double. So we use a lot of water as if we've got, a lot of water as compared to other countries.
And that's before you take into consideration large part of our population not having access to taps in their own homes.
That's correct.
So that puts an even different twist on that statistic as well.
Yeah. So if you look at what South Africa did in the past 25 years, we extended the supply of water to everyone else. The unserved, they were served.
But we didn't build more dams.
We were slow in responding in terms of infrastructure. But I think what is interesting is that certainly for rainwater, this is what we foresaw some 20, 25 years ago. So we started having the 2020 strategy that I spoke to some while ago when I was here. So that's 2020 strategy. In many of those plants, one of our flagship plant, which is Station 5, we will be commissioning a portion of it. A portion of it will be extended possibly to later years, 2021 or 2022. But we foresaw this, and we are responding as such. We also spoke about a number of projects that we are launching, about 40 pipelines that we are currently working on, either replacing them or renewing them or augmenting. We were here when we were talking about the B11 earlier, which is a brand new line that was responding to an increase in demand. So as rainwater, that's something that we projected.
Okay, thank you so much for that update. The Executive Manager of Rand Water, Eddie Singo, bringing us an update on current issues they're dealing with this week and, of course, going forward, as it seems we're heading for a very, very hot summer.